So honestly, I was excited enough before tuning into this movie, as I have quite liked the first installment due to its captivating storytelling and a crime mystery drama with its share of realistic portrayals blended with its far from realistic twists and turns. It was actually not the best but a decent addition to the good crime thriller movies. It was kind of a new genre as Bollywood haven't really tried that type of pulpy drama in the past. However, I really don't understand what has happened with the second installment. Firstly, it was not something that audience was actually anticipating. And secondly, this one is not quite able to deliver which the first film has actually done. Sometimes the movie looks predictable, but in the other parts, it actually looks like it will surprise you. But at the end, the movie doesn't make sense at all, as the film's twist and the nuances are so random that you couldn't help but only laugh on its proceedings. So hello everyone, I have watched the film Fir Aayi Haseen Dilruba on Netflix, and this is Cine Samvad tries to talk about some good, bad and few noteworthy aspects of this film. See, the usual plot twist continue to be here in the sequel, but it totally fails to maintain that engaging factor in it due to its messed up storytelling. Writer Kanika Dhillon must be having a great pressure to write the second installment of the film, I assume, as this narrative looks so far-fetched mess if compared to its previous installment or generally with any other crime thriller. The plot of the film starts at the same point where the previous movie ended, but it looks like that few years have already passed since the first movie's incident had happened. Film starts with the character of Rani Kashyap played by Taapsee Pannu, who runs to the police station, and the narrative then moves forwards with a flashback showing how she turns up to the police station. Rani has now begun a new life for her in a parlor, while her husband Rishu Saxena, played by Vikrant Massey, also lives in the same city, and they meet each other very often. They both have a plan to elope and run away from the city, and so that they will live happily ever after, far away from all the chaos. But their plan totally got spoiled when the police reopens this case, and the new officer Mrityunjay aka Montu Chacha, played by Jimmy Shergill, leads the case. Meanwhile, Abhimanyu, played by Sunny Kaushal, comes into the picture, who is a victim of love at first sight with Rani, and he is madly in love with her. Rani plans to get along with Abhimanyu so that she and her husband Rishu gets away from the hands of police. Further, this narrative makes the things more complex for all three of them, and the events unfolds afterwards in the most unpredictable ways. Now, jumping to my overall review of the film. So in short, I think that the movie overall just gets so silly in its proceedings that after a point you don't actually care and just waits for the movie to end. Only thing that I have liked about the film and the director is that he actually knows and understands the value, style and the setting of the previous film. Like in the very first few frames, there is this setting of the rain, the perfect slow motion and the bright colored umbrellas, where the two main leads of the previous film passes each other and that music Ek Hasina Thi from Curse plays in the background. I'm telling you that this scene actually grips you instantly into the movie, and the anticipation peaks suddenly from this scene. There's another scene as well when there's a meeting of our characters in the fair where they all sit on the giant dragon arc, which swings back and forth and they all starts a conversation there in the metaphorical ways. That scene looks actually interesting to watch, and it helps to build up the required tension. From the previous film, we know that Rani and Rishu are someone who can actually go to any lengths to be with each other. As in the previous film, both of them have fooled the police into believing that Rishu is actually dead. Rishu cut off his own arm and blows up his own house as well, and leaves no clue as such for the police as well. Now here in the film's second installment, Abhimanyu, played by Sunny Kaushal, is here as someone who becomes the touch of tadka in both of their relationship. Director Jaiprad Desai actually had a challenge to recreate the essence of the previous film and taking forward the niche which the first film has created, and actually aced it with its unusual drama and suspense. In this one, he has tried his best to provide the thrilling ride, but sadly everything just gets messed up in the second act of the movie. All the anticipation from the first half just goes down the drain in the second half, and I'm telling you that you will surely scratch your head while watching those so-called twists and turns in the film. Movie in its heart is actually about the three characters only, and the other people in the movie were just there for the namesake actually. All the characters in the film are just so conveniently sidelined by the director and the writer that it feels like they are just there to fill the screen space. That's it. When the case gets reopened with the entry of Jimmy Shergill as Mrityunjay aka Montu Chacha, all of this scenario actually looks quite impressive on screen. Movie reveals beforehand that Mrityunjay actually has a personal stake in this case, as he is the uncle of Neil, who was a distant cousin of Rishu in the first movie, and who both Rani and Rishu have murdered. It was really a great idea to introduce this character in the movie, but his character was totally wasted in the film. It was nothing impactful as expected with its first glance. The movie's scenario in the first half sets up the more layered, interesting, and a compelling thriller. But it was so disappointing to see that the film becomes so convoluted and dumb when it starts to proceed with its second half in the screenplay. Rani plays out a plan to take advantage of Abhimanyu to save Rishu and herself from police. She decides to get married to Abhimanyu, who is already in love with her. Some will say after watching the movie that Rani's sudden proposal to Abhimanyu just doesn't add up in the screenplay and is actually one of the letdown in the plot. But I think experiencing the movie's progression and Abhimanyu's efforts for Rani, this scene actually works fine for me and doesn't look forced as it looks. I really want to mention now that Abhimanyu's character has been written as someone who is mysterious and quite psychic. Even if he looks mostly innocent in his ways and behavior, but when he becomes himself, he actually looks scary. Plus all his actions, conversations and the expressions provides that uneasiness to the viewers. I was actually expecting so much from his character in the film, but the movie has cheated us in that ways I feel. The makers have clearly wasted the character's potential here. Rishu's character was so much twisted in the previous movie, but here he looks completely different, and the makers haven't made any efforts to showcase any arc to his character. And he looked like a supporting character in this one, as this film is all about Taapsee's character Rani. She has most of the screen time in the film and she has performed that part very well. The background music of the film flows smoothly and works well for the film. The direction of the film was good, but the writing is something that is at fault here, I believe. It looks totally a forced one and tarnishes the image of the first installment, as the narrative of the movie actually looks like a parody to the crime thriller genre. All the decisions of the characters look so unjustified and confusing that you instantly feel disconnected with the story. I was actually hoping that the film will redeem itself and something good and brilliant is about to happen. But to my disappointment, nothing happens as such, as the film goes down and down with its narrative and storytelling, including that final twist in the film, which was so hilarious and forced that you instantly start scratching your head, as that scene makes zero sense. Overall, this film is just a messy crime thriller routine, and this is not something you might like to tune into even if you are a fan of the previous film. Now turning to the marks of the film, so I would give this one an honest 4 out of 10. I think even if the movie is not predictable, but the shocking moments in the film are not shocking but actually a mockery in the name of surprises. The film starts on a good note and sets up the first half very well, but the second half becomes messy and confusing in its screenplay, and everything actually turns into a laughing session for the viewers with the twists and turns rather than a decent crime thriller.
जो पागलपन की हद से ना गुजरे वो प्यार ही क्या, क्योंकि होश में तो रिश्ते निभाए जाते हैं.
So that concludes my review and few thoughts on the film Fir Aayi Haseen Dilruba. In my opinion, this film could be a good thriller, but instead it becomes a parody to this genre, as the proceedings of the movie makes no sense at all. I'd say you can completely avoid this one if you don't want to tarnish the image of the previous movie in your mind. You too, please share your thoughts in the comment section of the video about this film, and let's have a healthy discussion around it. Also, if you have enjoyed this review, please show your support by hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel for more content ahead. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at CineSamvad for short reviews and cinematic insights. Thank you for watching. We will meet in the next one. Cheers.